Welcome to Deploy with DigitalOcean. My name is Matt Norman, Chief People Officer for DigitalOcean. We're going to change it up a bit and talk about the people side of the tech business. People leadership and management could very well be the aspect of your business that determines how successful you will be. Today I want to discuss some key elements to plan for when your business begins to grow. Whether you started your business as a hobby and now you need to add staff to support it, or you built your business with the intention of creating the next tech giant, the people component of your business may prove to be the most challenging and, if done well, rewarding part of your business. And we will discuss some tips today to help you plan for those challenges. One of the most dynamic and constantly evolving aspects of running your business is the people component. You have to be prepared and plan for that growth for it to happen smoothly. It doesn't just happen naturally. Some key elements to consider are: how do you build an inclusive and supportive culture for people to thrive in? How do you set them up for success, ensure alignment, and measure results? How do you enable them to maximize themselves and the business on a daily basis? And how do you get the best ones to stay longer? Let's step back. You built your company. You came up with a killer idea. You built, tested, tweaked, and pivoted the product over countless hours. You developed relationships and acquired customers. You began to generate revenue. Hopefully at some point your revenue surpassed or will surpass your expenses. At what point do you start to think about people, employees, values, culture, community, and communication? The answer to that is immediately. People and talent cannot be the afterthought or the last item on your agenda. The culture of your company is the foundation. You have to believe in it. You have to live it. You have to personify the purpose. If you don't believe in it, it's not going to resonate with your staff or perhaps with your customers. And remember, when you're hiring people, your company may be defined by the very people who operate it. You need to build your team deliberately and with purpose. Do not cut corners. Do not sacrifice quality or values or fit within the organization for speed to get people in the door. Talent is not and cannot be an afterthought. Your organization's greatness can be limited by a disconnect with the vision, values, or purpose by any one person. Stay committed, stay consistent, communicate simply and clearly in all things. And when you think you've communicated the message just enough, then do it again. You must also develop, nurture, and fiercely defend your company's values, your employee proposition, and your employer brand. This helps create stickiness for your talent and is one of the reasons that people are attracted to your company and stay engaged. There is a very real correlation to employee engagement and customer satisfaction. So as you develop your employees, you're also developing customers. Remember, everything you say and do matters. And how do we maintain it, and what obstacles are we going to watch out for? Let's talk about the employee life cycle here. Once you've established your employee vision, values, and culture, let's spend some time talking about talent management. I like to break it down into 4 buckets: attract, retain, utilize, and develop. On the attraction side, top talent with critical skills that will be able to grow with you and the business for a long period of time. That's what we're looking for. That's what you need in order to grow your business. Retention. Focus time and resources on the engagement and the needs of the people who are instrumental to running your business and driving customer satisfaction. Utilization. Make sure people are set up for success. Allow them to execute to their fullest. Most people want to do exemplary work. Encourage it and reward it. And then development. Always be driving opportunities for improvement. Improvement of people's skills, improvement of processes, improvement of systems. Make the investment, measure the outcomes, make improvements, and continue. Building engaged staff leads to better retention, better customer satisfaction, and clear career opportunities that align to the business need. Everything you say and do matters. Seek clarity, consistency, and frequency. Finally, let's talk about a few takeaways for us to stay focused on. I call them the 4 C's and a D. And to make it very simple, It's communication, culture, continuous improvement, change management, and diversity and inclusion, or as I call it, inclusion and diversity. On communication, as I mentioned, be clear, concise, honest, and frequent. There is no such thing as too much communication, but it has to be truthful and it has to be timely. Keep it simple. On the culture side, a strong, inclusive, and positive organizational culture can help a company and its people weather many challenges. It can help drive engagement and support everything you do. If it's negative, it can also work against the company and the people. On continuous improvement, set the goal and expectation for everyone to look for better answers. The way we did it yesterday likely is not the way it will happen tomorrow. Then reward and recognize the change when it's successful. And even when it's not successful, pivot and learn. Change management as you grow. Set the expectation of change, improvement, and risk-taking early on. Change is always a difficult scenario, but it's even more difficult if the expectation is that we will continue doing it this way because we always have. And then on inclusion and diversity. The criticality of inclusion and diversity is not to be overlooked. It is a very integral fabric of your culture and people. Build on it early. Be fanatical about an inclusive culture for all people, and you'll be ahead of the rest. People want to be a part of a narrative that feels as if they're a part of something great and meaningful. I wish you the best of luck, and if there's any questions, I'll talk to you in the chat room. Thank you very much for your time.